So for our first affect journal, I'm choosing to fully take advantage of the multimedia approach because I don't actually like writing very much. Writing to me feels very solitary and so precise. I have to spend a lot of time revising and making sure that all of my words are exactly what I am trying to signify, what I'm trying to express to people, even though I know that they're still going to go through their own process of interpretation. I find that speaking is a lot easier when for me, when trying to express something that's maybe not fully formed or that I think would benefit from tone of voice, hand gestures, all sorts of things. And in order to really go along with what Charu was doing and being more vulnerable, I'm also doing this without a script. Just in my house, I'm sitting on the couch, a part of the house that I tend to do homework in a lot. So I'm really in that space and in that mode. And I've got a cat scratch on my face right here. So I'm really just trying to show you this is me and this is how my brain works and this is how I'm thinking and feeling in a very direct way that feels comfortable to me. So in reading Imran's article, I was struck with some thoughts and feelings that I'm continuing to have in this course and things that I'm really struggling with that are more personal, which I suppose everyone that is struggling with this alternate economies course is situating their own personhood within these texts and within these ideas. And I am so struck with the continual reference to the kind of Marxist labor body and labor, and a lot of physical labor is brought up as well. And where does the body that cannot labor in these ways fit in? There's a lot of disability that I'm not seeing represented, and I'm really kind of understanding how disabled bodies are not accepted in almost any activist space in the same way. Activism is so much right now around, we're going to make you upset about something that we think is an injustice. We are going to hope that you use that emotion in order to push yourself to act. And acting is physically acting, expending energy in a kind of limited number of ways usually in order to create change in these narrow prescribed methods. And so if you are someone who cannot utilize your body or your energy in those ways, how do you respond to this? And how do you feel about it? How does it include you or how does it exclude you? And it's not something that can just be, well, you can sit down and write an email, or you can, wheel your chair out to the protest, because it's not just about people's ability to be in a space or communicate in those ways. There's also a lot of people who cannot afford physically to be stressed in the ways that activism is generally trying to elicit from us. I'm specifically on a medication. It's a beta blocker that is supposed to bring my actual heart rate and my blood pressure down, even though they're normally very low, in order to lessen excitability in my brain. Because when my brain and my nervous system get more excited, it responds in a maladaptive way, which is pain. And it's not just pain in my head, it's pain all over my body. So it is incredibly important for me to be calm and as de-stressed as possible at all times. So the lifestyle that we are hearing as kind of an example of where we could go in these Marxist theories is one that I think in some ways would work for someone like me. And when I say someone like me, I also mean in general people with more estrogen in their body, because more estrogen generally equates to more chronic pain, etc. There's a lot. I'm going to go into it in future videos, I've decided, because this is something that I care a lot about. So, those people would benefit from being kind of disconnected in a lot of the ways that we usually are connected in this current US society, constantly on our phones, constantly online, constantly having to respond and engage. But also so much of this is saying to me that you are either the laborer or you are the person that is benefiting from the laborer doing that work for you, because you can't do that work. And I'm not feeling very comfortable with that idea. I think that is still kind of a capitalist, ableist viewpoint around what a person and a body can do and how they can contribute. Even in our, I have it right behind me here, our Take Back the Economy book. I'm reaching for it. Oh, that was the worst. Ignore that part. I decided not to edit this video in order to be more genuine. There are these clocks, the worker's wife's 24-hour clock and the single mother's double-day clock. And none of these illustrate rest as being more than, I think, 8 hours. Some people need more than 8 hours of rest. In fact, a lot of people need more than 8 hours of rest in order to function. So even while we're supposed to be wowed by these radical ideas, there is still what seems to me a very capitalist idea of how much rest one should be getting and what is the maximum ideal amount of rest. And that is what I have been struggling with and thinking about in regards to the kind of first chunk of this class, and after Imran's article where he was still talking about the female body, selfhood, personhood. And I hope you enjoyed watching this long video. Thank you.